Alright guys, so today I'm going to be reviewing a Fender Flare that I got off of Amazon. The company, there's tons of them out there right now, but the one that I ended up going with was one from a place called Motoring. So this is a Motoring Fender Flare for a 2017 Dodge 2500. They have a ton of different ones on there for tons of different trucks, but that's what I have. So one of the biggest reviews that I saw having problems with for a lot of people is these seals or gaskets that go on the inside of the Fender Flare there, and what they do is prevent dirt and debris and whatnot from getting in between the step side of your bed and where it touches the actual paint and where the Fender Flare is, and prevents rubbing from happening as well. The only problem that I saw a lot of people happening with them though is that they're having a really hard time getting these gaskets to get on right to the edge of these and then stay there. And some people, they'll just put them on and then try to get their Fender Flare on there so before they fall off, but over time I've noticed that they will walk themselves out and get water in them still and end up falling off inside of the Fender Flare between the body and where the flare meets. So what I usually do, as you can see, I already have some of it started right here on that Fender Flare, and so some of this gasket's already on here. What I like to use is hot glue gun. Hot glue guns, usually the glue dries really quickly and adheres to this gasket and the plastic very well, and so when you're putting it on, the other half that you've already put on isn't going to try to come off on you while you're getting the rest of it on. A lot of people have tried using silicones and stuff like that, but they just take too long to dry. And then super glue, as it does work well for the short time and getting it on there so you could get it onto your Fender and actually get it on without it falling off on you, it usually does end up breaking apart from the plastic in between and the inside, and it won't actually keep that Fender Flare seal in there long term. So I like to use this hot glue gun, and it makes it very simple. If you can, if you look at the top of this here, it has a really fine tip right there on the metal, and a lot of hot glue guns don't have that, and I personally like them too when I'm doing something like this, so it's very fine. Don't make a big mess, and you don't need a ton of glue. So basically what you want to do is you just take the nozzle right there at the end there and just put it right on the lip and just give yourself a nice little bead. Don't go too far because you don't want it to harden on you while you're trying to get that on there. So you just put about 6-inch little line right there. Try to tip your gasket up kind of a distance and bend it down into the hot glue, and then firmly kind of press into it as it goes along there. And then you can see, once you get it in there and start going with it, just give it a nice little rub, make sure it's all the way down, and that's about it. By the time you end up getting that all the way in there, it's almost dry already. And then you see there's a little bit of excess glue here right on the outside. That's fine. What you're gonna do is right there and there, just take a razor knife and just kind of gently cut that off, and you'll never see it again. And now that that's on there, you can see all this right here is not coming up, and I'm tugging on it pretty hard on both sides. So, you know, now your Fender Flare gasket's gonna stay there for quite some time, especially when you're putting it onto your vehicle, and you're not gonna have issues with it cracking or coming apart from other types of glues, and you're not gonna have to wait hours and hours for silicone to dry. So next step, I'm go ahead and end this video, and then when I go ahead and put them onto the truck, I'll give you another video of how I get them on there and how they look. Overall, from my first reaction to opening the box pretty beat up. That's not Motoring's fault, of course. That's all the vendors, you know, came, I think, UPS. So it went quite a long distance before it got here. It was very beat up, but the Fender Flares actually were still intact. They're very sturdy. I got the one with texture on them, and the texture, it's a little bit hard to see, but the texture is there, and it actually does look pretty nice. They're pretty sturdy. They're actually in pretty good shape. I've seen the Bushwhacker ones before that are like $500–600, and comparatively, I mean, definitely for the price, you're looking at a very good product and something that's gonna hold up over time, and it's literally a quarter of the price. So I'll catch you guys later on the next video.